It's 2021 and there are so many tools available for those learning how to improvise. In this video, you're going to get 3 of the best recommendations of technology that can help you on your journey to becoming a better soloist. Hi, my name is Jason Klobnak and I'm a jazz trumpeter from Denver, Colorado that helps musicians find a better way to improvise. If you're looking for a quick jazz improv tip that will help your soloing, then you've come to the right place. Technology. You might be thinking, whatever, Jason. The old school cats didn't need technology. They just got together and jammed, or they just listened and transcribed what those before them did. My response to that is, you're absolutely right. Getting together with real human beings and playing is one of the best learning experiences you can get. It's even better when you get to play with musicians that are better than you. Transcribing? Incredible too. But the problem is not everyone gets to have that experience of playing with others whenever they want. And what should you be looking or listening for in transcribing if there's no one to help guide you on the why and how that particular solo worked? So technology can help bridge those gaps. And it's made some pretty big advances in those gaps in just the past few years. Before I get started on these recommendations, I want to make it clear that I have not been asked by any of these companies to do an endorsement or am I getting paid in any way. I'm doing this to highlight some pretty amazing tools and have links below in the description if you want to check them out. I use these tools, I recommend them to my students, and I thought maybe you would enjoy them as well. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, you'll notice I use the iReel app for play-along examples. It was a great go-to resource because you could get the chord changes to just about any tune and play along. The biggest complaint was that the feel was off. It's computerized. For me, I didn't mind. It was still a tool to use that I could work different ideas out on. Before the iReel app, there was Band in the Box. Very similar, but cost more, and there wasn't an existing library that people could upload the changes to their favorite standards. However, over the past couple of years, Band in a Box made some pretty big changes. They took real musicians playing real instruments and recorded them doing anywhere from 2 to 8 measure phrases in various harmonic combinations and options. The result? You get to play with real human beings. It's kind of like playing with an Ebersol play-along again, but this time you get to put in your own chord changes. I've been using it a lot lately for not only play-along videos on this YouTube channel, but in my own writing process. The best part is the library of musicians and styles and genres, it just keeps expanding. The only downside, it's a little pricey to get started. But if you truly can't get together with other musicians, it's absolutely worth the investment. Okay, this next one just released a few months ago called Pitchbop. It was recently developed by a group of musicians worldwide, including one of my professors, Lynn Baker, from the University of Denver. One thing that almost every musician struggles with at one point or another in their journey is getting what they hear in their head out into their instrument. That requires ear training. Pitchbop is an ear training app that helps inspired musicians develop a path from their imagination to their instrument so they have the confidence and control to bring what's in their mind out into the world. Unlike most ear training apps where you answer by tapping on a screen without addressing the rhythmic aspect of what you hear, Pitchbop offers a performance-like scenario where you listen and actually play your instrument or use your voice. Under the very simple interface design is an AI-based algorithm that allows the app to create endless melodies, ensuring you never hear the same grouping of phrases twice, no matter how many times you repeat a level. The app also automatically increases or decreases the difficulty level so the game stays appropriately challenging according to your progress. I'll admit, this one kicks my butt, and it keeps me honest. I like to think that my ears are pretty good, but when you start spending time inside of this app, you realize pretty quickly where your inefficiencies are at. It's also pretty reasonably priced. The last tool is made by the same company and one that I wrote about in a blog post a few years ago. It's an app called Genius Jam Tracks. It's very similar to the iReal app in that it's a play-along that you can input your own chord changes. But the biggest difference is that you can change up the polyrhythms and introduce yourself to a wide range of metric modulations. While I play some piano, not at all to the degree to be taking any jazz gigs, that's for sure. I'm mostly a trumpet player. Getting together with a rhythm section to work out ideas over shifting rhythms isn't something I get to do on a regular basis. To be honest, this is one of the areas that I probably lack the most and spend time working on when it's just myself in my practice space. However, this app allows you to work on that whenever you want. You can have the bass play quarter note triplets while the drums play in double time, and then the piano's doing this like 4/3 thing, or any other polyrhythmic combination you might encounter inside of the jazz genre. You realize just how reliant you are on the rhythm section to feed you time, and guess what? That's not their responsibility. I get the privilege to play with some incredible rhythm section players in Denver that will change up the polyrhythms to inject something different into the music. And if you're not confident in the changes or even your time, you're in for a ride you definitely were not expecting. This app allows you to adjust just about every parameter you can think of, or even randomize so you truly don't know what's coming next. While it's still MIDI based, for the price, it's a great tool to work on rhythm and feel. Usually, at this point in my videos, I would do a play-along example and then give you an opportunity to try it out too. While the ear training app would be pretty difficult to demonstrate, where I would do my level and then have you try it, it's kind of tough to do. But we can do that with the other two, so I'm going to do two versions of the standard All the Things You Are. And yes, there is a map of targets available in our members area for those that are looking for those. The first example will be done using Band in the Box, and I'm going to use a Hammond B3 setting with none other than the great Mike LaDon playing, then give you a try on the Band in the Box version. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the same song, same tempo, and I'm gonna set the randomizer on for Genius Jam Tracks. And we'll see what happens for both of us. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that it has added value or benefit to your playing in some way. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell that's right next to it that lets you know when another video comes out. And if you know any other musician that might find this useful, you can share it with them too. Until then, my name is Jason Klobnak, and I'll see you on the next one.